Welcome back, you guys. I hope you are just as excited for this video as I am, because I've known about this palette for quite some time and I have been so excited for the world to see it. We have the Trapped collection from Gourmande Girls, and she is large. She is large and in charge. We have this really cool collector's box that you can pick up, which is awesome. There's 17 lip products all together, a palette, 2 highlighters. There's so much here to unwrap and just talk about, but I'm going to show you guys swatches, give you all the details that I can, and we're just going to dive in. I do plan on creating 3 looks with this collection, and I hope you're ready. Hopefully you feel inspired, maybe to use what you already have in your collection. We're also going to talk about the Nightshade Spooked and Haunted. Why not talk about some really old, like, good favorites from Gourmande Girls as well? So let's go ahead and get into it. So, if this is your first time here, my name is Heather and I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. And if you guys love those things too, I really hope you will stick around, subscribe. I would love to see you back down below in the comments. You guys, I am living my best freaking life over here because it is finally time for the spooky launches. This is the second one we've had this year, and I am so freaking excited. Like I said, I've known about this collection for quite some time, and I've been thrilled over this color story. This is so freaking gorgeous. So like I said, there are 2 highlighters and 17 lip products along with the palette in this collection. Now, I only have one of the highlighters. I do plan on picking up the other one. By the time you see this video, this collection will have already launched, and I will have all of it down below in the description box, along with all of the other products that I've worn on my face and all of the details on the launch. With that being said, I did get this in PR, and I am so grateful that I was able to get this because I love Gourmande Girls, and as most of you know, I am friends with the owner, Christina. But I will say, I know a lot of people say like they're biased when they're friends with someone, and maybe to some extent I can admit maybe that I am, but I am also very, very honest, sometimes a little too much, and people don't always like that about me, but it's still true. And if I don't like something, I will tell you, and I would also tell her, because I feel like lies serve nobody, you know what I mean? So with that being said, I will give you my real true thoughts on this collection. But you guys know I am a huge fan of Gourmande Girls. That's how I became friends with the owner, was through purchasing from her brand, because she comes out with such fun color stories, and honestly, I mean, it speaks for itself. You know what I mean? Okay, so as for the lip products, there are, I think, 3 liquid lips, and altogether there are 17. You have some cream glosses, and then you have some that have like glitter reflex in them that are so freaking stunning. But I have 10 of the 17, so I am missing shades, so I cannot show you all of the shades, but I will show you the ones that I have. I already have favorites out of the ones that I've tried so far. I love. So for the lipsticks, we have 14 glosses. 8 of them are multi-dimensional shimmery glosses, and then there are like 6 more creamy glosses, and then there are also 3 liquid lipsticks. Now, the glosses are retailing anywhere from between $18 to $22 US, depending on the type of gloss, because some are duos and some are multi-chromes. They're freaking gorgeous. But the lipsticks are retailing for $18 US. And then we also have the 2 beautiful highlighters. So the highlight I have is in the shade Famished, which is beautiful. I do have it on the face today. It's like kind of a peachy gleam, and it's so stunning. Honestly, I was floored. I do plan on picking up the other one, because I am truly just so in love with this one. I can't wait to grab it. So by the time you see this, I will have already picked it up. But the highlighters retail for $20 US. And then there's also the bundle you can get with the PR box that retails for $105. And from what I'm reading here, she's going to do like several different variations where you can get one or the other highlight and then different lip products, which is really cool. And that retails for $105. But now the baby. Let's talk about the Trapped palette. That's always my favorite part, although I really am enjoying the highlighter as well. But the palette retails for $55.99, and she is freaking gorgeous. I love the shimmer to matte ratio so far. Looks like we have, what, 9 shades? Yeah, we have 9 matte shades in here, and then we have 5 shimmers with a mix of like duos and multi-chromes. Like, she is so stunning, and I'm excited. So it also says that this is the beast that birthed, spooked, nightshade, and haunted. She is here and she is hungry, and I love that. So I also wanted to go ahead and show you guys those palettes because I do have them here. So let's talk about Nightshade. One thing I like about this too is some of the embossings, like the leaves that were in Nightshade, were also in this palette as well, and I think that is really cool that she was able to, you know, use some of the things that really sparked her idea for this one. And just so you can see comparisons of the two, they are vastly different. This one is giving more earthy vibes to me, and I love it so much. It's so freaking gorgeous, but I love them both. And then we have the Haunted palette. This is, all 3 of these are iconic, and I have a feeling Trapped is going to be another one that's iconic for her. But we love Haunted. She is beautiful. It's giving grunge in all of the best ways. It's one of my favorites, and I think it's perfect. Honestly, I think these would go good together. Same with Nightshade. Nightshade would go really good with this one, but so would the Call of Sirens. I really think that would be so beautiful with this new release. But we also have Spooked. So Spooked is pretty new to me. I've only used it once. I picked it up during a trip I was on with Christina. We were in Vegas. She invited me to be her +1 at a Creators and Friends event, and I had a blast, but I bought it. She had restocked it while we were there, but look at this. If you know me, you know this color story was made for me. But I've been working on some 4 palettes, 4 looks types of videos, and this is going to be in my next one. I'm excited, but today we are here for her, and I'm loving it. I am so excited, you guys. I cannot wait to show you how I created this look. We're going to get into it. I am going to create 2 more, like I said. It's going to be fun. So let's go ahead and get into look number 1. I've been dying to talk about this collection. Oh my God, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited. So, as you know from the intro, we have the sister Trapped, and I'm so excited. This is beautiful. But before we get into the actual palette, what is on my cheeks, you may ask? For blush, I have not done highlight because I do have one of the shades, but I do plan on picking up the other one as soon as it launches, which actually is tomorrow. As of the day I'm filming this, I did get this collection a little late. It got held up, but yeah, I'm excited. But first, for blush today, I am wearing the Mermaid Magic palette. I love this face palette. So you do have 3 blushes and 3 highlights in this one. And today I have on these 2 blushes, but they were like, I put on too much, so I toned them down a little bit, but I love them so much, and the highlights are so good as well, and I think they're beautiful. But I am excited to try the new highlighter. I have so many of the lip products, but even then, I still don't have them all. I may even end up picking up some more of those as well, depending on what shades I'm missing, and if I'm into some of the others too. I'm gonna have to like look at the site and stuff, but I'm excited. So right now I have on my Little Baby Muted Mauve lip liner. Look, It's like almost to the point where it cannot be sharpened anymore. It's so tiny. But for lipstick, I have on the shade Lanny from Lunar Beauty and the Laura Lee collab. I haven't used this in a while, but I love this. Like, it's like the perfect nude. But the reason I'm wearing this is because I'm not really sure which lip color I want to wear. I will say, like, out of swatches alone, two of them that really stand out to me the most, well, let's do three. I don't know. There's a lot that I really love, but this iridescent gloss is so beautiful. But I love the shade Po. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. And if I can get away with this in today's look, I would love to wear it. Nevermore is really beautiful as well. Really beautiful. But I really do enjoy a lot of these other colors too. Like this one. Oh, it's so pretty. You know, I'm not big on pinks, but I don't have a lot of pink in my collection, so I am happy to have it because there are times when I need one. This one is really pretty too. The packaging on these are really nice as well. Like, even better in person than what they are like on picture and stuff. I'm really loving them. They did such a good job on these components. They are really beautiful. But I'm gonna hush now, and we're gonna dip into the white gloss to start, and then, you know, we'll see if I want to change it up. There's a purple in here as well. I'm pretty sure there are 17 lip products altogether, which I'm sure I'll touch on in the intro, but there's 17 lip products altogether, 3 of which are liquid lipsticks. I don't know how many for sure that I have of the liquid lipsticks. I think 2. And then there are some cream lip glosses, and then you have some with the like glitter reflex that are truly so stunning. Apparently I'm getting the hiccup, so let's try this gloss, guys. Let me grab a wipe so I don't get any color in here. I have a lot of the Gourmande Girls lip oils. I have all of them, and I love them. She has a very nice like lip oil formula. And so far, this feels really nice on the lips. And it's so beautiful. When I swatched it, I immediately was like, I gasped. But I love this. And it doesn't feel sticky or too thick. It's like not too thin either, because sometimes when they're too thin, I feel like they don't stay on long enough. And I like it. It's not goopy or anything. We'll see how it wears. But I have high hopes. But y'all, this highlighter I'm excited for. I have bags. I look rough. But I have the shade here, Famished. I don't remember what the other shade is called. I'll link them both down below. But I can't wait to pick up the other one too. Oh, wait. Let me spray my face with setting spray. Okay, so I just went in with some of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush setting spray. And now I'm just using my Sigma F03 highlight brush. And I like to actually like take my finger first and tap it. Ooh, that's a pretty like shifty, icy shade. And I just like to tap it in the corner of the eye. And then I'll take the brush with a little product and start working on blending it out. That's just my favorite way to do highlight. But I like a noticeable highlighter, you know what I mean? And this is stunning. I love that. I think that is so beautiful and just glossy, wet looking. I'm excited to have this one in my hands. I can't wait to see the other one too though. But this is so beautiful. Now, let's get into the palette. I'm so excited to have this in my hands. Oh, is it not so cool? I love the packaging. I think it's so pretty. And it goes so well with like its sister palettes. But the color story is so divine. This shade is so cool because if you mix the shades, you get like this silvery lavender that's so beautiful, but you can like stick to this side and get more of this dark shade. You could get more of like this shade in the center as well. I stuck my finger in that, but I am excited to create a look with it. So we're gonna get started. And what am I doing? I actually forgot, so let me try to think. Oh, I just love green shades like these. They're so pretty. I'm thinking we'll start with this, like on the inner half, like do a two-tone look, and then do this shade out here. I love green and purple together. And then we have this shade, so we could really do some blending. And then use like this more slate, black and gray, to like really vamp and smoke things up a little more. Maybe even use some of this shade, Trapped, like more on the lower lash line. I really want to grungify this eye look. Now you could leave the darkness out and do more of a bright type of look if that's what you're into, but we all know I love the deep, dark, smoky things. Now I am going to clean off my fingers and we're gonna get into it. I'm excited. So let's start by petting out these creases for one. I'm gonna hush now and we're gonna dip into this shade, All Green. And I'm just using an E06 from Singe Beauty. And I want to just press this here. I am so excited. I've been dying to see this in real life. When she showed me this color story, and when I went to her house, I lost my freaking mind. It is so beautiful, and I am so happy. It's finally here. It's come to fruition, and so I'm just basically laying these colors down to start. I love that shade of green. I have one similar to that in my Bella Beauty Bar Secret Garden palette, and I love it. But now we're going to dip into this shade. Digested, I think is what it says. Don't quote me. But we're going to just press this here in the outer half. And I just love these tones of purple. It's kind of muted and cool, but it's still like dark and beautiful and fun. And Gourmande Girls has such an easy matte formula to work with. One of the easiest, honestly, that I have worked with. And they're just so easy to blend. It's effortless. I'm switching over to the E08 from Singe. And I'm just blending that out. Now, the question is, what do I want to do with the top? I am so drawn to this shimmer too. That is such a pretty shade, especially in this palette. I think it's so stunning. It looks so gorgeous in the palette itself as well, but I'm getting sidetracked. I'm trying to visualize like what this is gonna look like, so I know what I want to do with the lower lash line. So I'm just gonna keep building on what I already have here and just keep layering this color until I get it dark and built up in a way that I'm happy with. I'm so excited. The spooky launches are coming. They're here. Now I'm going to use an E01 and I want to go into the shade Feed Me. I love that shade name. It's quite funny. But I'm going to just pop this here in the inner corner, give us a little brightness. It's a really cute shade. And then I'll just keep building up the green as well. Okay, so I think I want to take a little bit of the shade Audrey Jr. And I'm doing that on the E03 from Singe Beauty. It's a little flared out. I just tried to clean it off on my Sigma switch and made it a little, gave it a, and I really didn't need that shade, honestly. it was working. That deep, darker purple was blending really nicely on its own. So I still don't know what I'm going to do with the lower lash line. I might just wait till I do the shimmers, which is something I never do. But I just want to see like exactly what I want to do. So the last thing I think I want to do with the top before shimmers is I want to use an E27 from Sigma, and we're going to dip into this dark shade, Fly Away. I just love this whole like outer corner so much, but I want to deepen this up, add some, you know, darkness out here. It's a really nice dark shade, really nice black. Blending really nicely too, which I'm not surprised. They always do. Okay, so I'm going to go in with some of the Shine On from CLIONADH, and I'm just going to plop some of this on the lid and blend this out. And while I'm waiting for it to get a little tacky, apparently I do need to change out my battery because it's getting ready to die. I must say, this lip gloss is holding up really nicely because I took like a big pause in between doing highlight in the eyes. Our car's been in the shop. I was working on it and made a $500 error. And I'm not even going to tell you what it is because it's embarrassing. But I came back today. Amanda went and picked it up. But it's like held up so nice. And I'm excited about this formula. I can't wait to try some of the other colors. But now we're going to dip into shimmers. So Christina, the owner of Gourmande Girls, she told me that she saw someone use these types of shades and put them on the eye, like tapped them so you could still get that pattern. And that is like so cool. I think I never thought about doing that. And I think that's such a brilliant idea. But for today's look, I do think I want to mix that up. That's that shade Snatched, which I love that shade name. But first, I'm going to go into Venus. And this might be my favorite shimmer in the palette. And honey, she is a hollow. And a very, very beautiful hollow, shall I say. Oh, I love it so much. It's like a pink, purple, green, multi-chrome. Maybe there's a little blue in there as well. But it has those holographic reflex, which you guys know I love so much. So we're going to do Venus first. And I'm going to tap that here. Honestly, Venus would be just so pretty all over the lid, even on its own. And I just, oh, I love it so much. Oh, it's so pretty. And I think you could really transform this shade as well by like layering it on top of other things. Let's give that a shot. Here we have the shade Alive, which is a very reflective, like green gold. Really pretty. So let's put Venus on top of it. Oh, that's pretty. That really transforms that shade. That's really pretty. Now we have the shade Bitten, which I love that they added that shade in here. Which is like a very soft pink. Oh, that's so reflective. That's a really pretty shade too. It's very, very icy. And then we'll do Venus on top of that. That is so cool. And then we have Unhinged, which is that one shade I showed you guys earlier. It's so pretty. It's giving fall. With the smoky eye and that on the lid. Sign me up. You know, I am always here for a smoky eye. Now, I don't know how well these shades are. Well, there you go. Stuck my foot right in my mouth. That is so pretty. And then let's try it on Snatched, which is that one where you mix. Oh, I love this shade so much. It's so cool. So I'm going to mix and get the lavender. I love that. And then now let's do that shade on top of it. And that is pretty freaking awesome. like I said, that's such a cool shade. I love that. That's the shade Venus on top of all of the other shimmers. And you really get a lot of different cool kinds of shades. And remember, you can do that with any of your shimmers and create your own type of fun shades. That's always exciting, at least for me, you know. But now let's dip into Snatch, which is that really freaking cool shade that I'm obsessed with. And we're gonna try to mix this up on the eye and get that lavender look. And I love how icy that is. Oh, I'm covered in glitter and living my best life, loving every minute of it. So, okay, so now I'm going to use the E01 and I'm going to like dip into the more silvery part in the center. And we'll use some MAC Fix Plus to spray this. And we're just going to add this to the inner corner. Really adds in that brightness. But then I want to take Venus and kind of go over it. Oh my god. That's even prettier on the eye than it was in that swatch. Now I want to take that deep dark color, that black that I used, and we're going to like deepen this up. But first, maybe would it be kind of cool if we did this like right there? Let's try it. Why not? What do we have to lose? Nothing. So going into Trapped, and I'm doing that on a Sigma E42. And I'm gonna build this. Ooh, yes, that was a fun choice. Adds a little like excitement to the look, even more than what we already had. And I just love that color. Another thing I like doing with shades like Venus that kind of have like that base. Now Venus isn't like a complete see-through base, but you can sheer it to make it more see-through. I like when you take shades like these. We'll just use these two for an example so we're not like here for 10 years doing this. And swatch them out. And if you like cover your lid in a shade like that, and then you take a shade like this and like that, and then you just top it over those mattes, and you see like how it just transforms that shade. It's so beautiful. So even though you have like this color story, as long as you like use your imagination with that color story, you can do so much more with it than what might originally just meet the eye. You just have to, one, have time to sit down and just be able to experiment and play with things and just try new things. It's so fun and I'm loving it. I love that. Love that so much. And she did a metallic lip. This one, it's in the shade I Don't Know. I'll pop it up on the screen. But I specifically told her I wanted this shade because I love it. And I can see this being so freaking cute on Betty Bean. If you don't watch her, you should because she's amazing. So talented. But that combo is so pretty. It's even pretty with this one, honestly. But I love that. I think that's freaking gorgeous. So after I did that, I took more of that shade Venus and just tapped it over that green so I could get like that fluorescent look of that. And I love it. I think it's so cute. I took Venus in a little far too. And I think that's awesome. But now I need to figure out what to do about the lower lash line. Okay, first things first, I'm going to take the E01 and we're going to dip back into that shade Feed Me, which is that very light green in the palette. And I'm going to feed this, I'm going to take this around the lower lash line. That way it kind of brings the top and bottom together. I feel like that's really cute. Then I'm going to take the E07 from Singe and go back into Trapped, which is that dark green that I use on the outer corner. And actually, let me use the pencil brush from Singe. I love this brush. It's the E11. And we're going to run this. I want to smoke this out. This. Okay, then we'll blow it out even more using an E05. That's the E02. I need the here's the E05 from Singe. Going back into that light green shade. And we'll just use that to blend. At least here in this whole front part. And then I think out here, maybe, let's do the Lilac, Audrey Jr. Oh, I love this so much, you guys. I can't wait to see, though, what it looks like all complete. We're probably going to dip into this and maybe layer it with my favorite shade, Poe. How can we not? I am excited. So let me go finish this off camera and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. I am back with the finished look and I put the shade Poe on my lips just so I could see what it looked like, and I think it's so pretty. So I don't have on lip liner and I have been drinking too and it's still staying on, but you can make it more opaque. But this is so freaking pretty. I love it. But I am gonna change it just to show you another color, but I did want to tell you what I did. So I used lots of black gems. I love them so much. Amanda doesn't like the gems. She's like, it's not my thing, but I love them. I think they're so cute. And I love the black ones, but they are from Diverum Cosmetics. I will link them down below. I have tons of sheets of them and they're very good quality. They stay on really good. I think they're wonderful. And I gave myself some like little teardrops. I love it. So for liner, I did 3. So I started out with the white from ColourPop. It's in the shade Exit. And then I did Teaspoon back here, like almost halfway through, and then I overlapped it a little with the shade Kicker, which is like a silver, and I think it's really cool. It really brought in the silver from that, you know, like silver metallic shade that I love so much, and I think the whole thing came together. It's really a vibe. But for mascara, I used the Bad Gal Bang, and for lashes, I used the Kiss Pompadour lash. I haven't used these in a really long time, so I did want to give them a try again because it's been a while. But I love this look. I think it's so cute. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think, but let me go ahead and wipe this off and we'll do the shade that I cannot pronounce. This is the lipstick. Okay, so I went ahead and lined my lips with Villain from Unearthly Cosmetics. I just wanted some kind of liner. So we're going to go in with this shade. It's kind of metallic, but it's going to match the shimmer is what I'm thinking. And it should be really cool. Plus, this is a first liquid lipstick I've tried from Gourmande Girls. I don't know if it's their first. She also said these are scented, but I can't smell anything, but I can never smell anything, so I have really bad allergies. I'll let you guys know about the wear and all of that stuff at the end of the video. But I do want to top it with the shade Poe that I had on earlier. The one thing I will say, these stickers that are on the bottom with the shade names are not wanting to stay on. I have to keep pressing them down. I mean, I know most people won't care about that. I'll probably just glue mine on just so I'm able to like tell you guys what the shade names are. But if you're not creating content, you probably won't care. But I'm excited to see what this gloss looks like on this. More than anything, I just wanted to focus that in the center. But I love this. I think it's such a vibe. But like I said, I'll have to let you guys know about longevity and stuff at the end of the video when I give you guys my like first impressions. But so far, I like the lip products. I think they feel really nice on the lips and everything. The like liquid lip was opaque and it looks beautiful. But yeah, I'll have to just keep wearing it to see how I feel about it. But I can't wait to hear what you guys think of this look. I'm honestly so thrilled to play with this palette again tomorrow. I might be creating 3 looks with this one. It's just so freaking beautiful and I love it. The color story is so fun and inspiring, and I love that. It's so exciting. But I'm excited. So let's go ahead now and move on to look number 2. I am back and ready to get back at it with this palette. I am really excited for this look. So I primed my eyes with a white base. This one is the one from Bella Beauty Bar, and I like it a lot. I did more of a sheer layer. I didn't want to go full-on clown today. And sometimes if you're not careful, I feel like it can look like that. But the face. And for highlight today, I used the Mermaid Magic palette again because I wanted a shade more like this. I did end up going and picking up another one of the glosses. It's an orange one, so pretty, but I picked that up and I picked up the other highlighter, so I'm really excited. But I felt like this highlight would go better with the look today, so that's what I went in with. And for blush, I used the Unearthly Cosmetics Paranormal Plush Blush in the shade Blood Moon. But I needed something that was like a cooler toned wine shade, so I did pull out the Distorted Dreamland Blush Duo from Inslee Rain, and I used this shade to like kind of make it a little more cool, and I love it. So for lips, I did Muted Mauve again from ABH, and I'm just doing the white gloss. We'll stay tuned till the end to see, like, you know, which lip product we want to go with. And I know I keep showing you, but look how tiny it is now. It's like way smaller than the cap. So for today, I really want to focus more on these 3 shades. I think they could be really cute together. So we're going to give it a try. And I'm going to start out. So the reason I did the white is actually because of that yellow shade. I really want that shade to be able to like really stand out. Okay, so we're going to start out with Sundew, which is that really pretty pastel yellow. And ooh, honey, she is bright. And we're just going to pack this in the inner corner. I love that. That's a really good pastel yellow, especially on this white base. We'll really give it the true test when we do it on the bottom down there too, and see how it performs on that more set concealer. Okay, so now what do I want to do? So the goal is to use this shade throughout the crease. I love shades like this, but I'm going to try to blend it out with this green. It's risky, I know, but I did a swatch test on my hand, and I think I might be able to make it work, guys. So we're going to give it a try. But the question is, should I start with the green? I'm kind of thinking maybe I should. So let's do that. Oh, and did you see Tati's new brand? I watched her video today where she went over like all of the brushes and stuff. I really want to try them. But they're like, there's 3 sets. Each set has, I think, 8 brushes. And there's some really unique, like, interesting ones in there. But each set has brushes I want. More so the first 2. But each set is $133. And that's, like, a lot of money. There's no way I can afford that right now. You know what I mean? But I would love, like, right now you can only get them in this set because she's like doing the brand on her own. I'm moving in with the E03, but she said in the future she does want to be able to like sell them individually. Maybe I'll be able to pick some up then. or if I hit the lottery or something. But I mean, I guess I would have to play the lottery in order to hit the lottery. This is giving Easter vibes. Like, you could really get some more spring looks out of this as well, depending on like what colors you play with. This is a really beautiful palette. Now using the E06, we're dipping back into that yellow. I want it to more fade up into this green. Okay, now here's the true test. We're gonna see if it works. We're going in with Savage. And I'm just using the E06 from Singe. And I'm just pressing this in the crease right here. See, I don't think it's gonna muddy up too bad. I think I can make it work. As long as I don't try to blend them too hard, I think I might be alright. It's the undertone of this purple, I feel like, is what's gonna help it make it work with the green. It's like one of those soot shades. I love it so much. I really loved yesterday's look too. I meant to get a reel of it and I completely forgot. So I'm just going to keep on building this up in the crease until I'm happy with it. And I'm actually going to go in with an E25 from Sigma and really pack that color on. So I don't typically watch TV very often. It's rare. Like every once in a while I'll like get into moods to where I want to watch something, and it's usually the same thing. I typically watch the same shows over and over. I know, right? I'm boring. But Amanda, the other day I didn't do anything. I laid in bed all day. It was wonderful. But we started watching documentaries on Netflix, and I'm hooked now, you guys. I'm so hooked. I watched the new one. It's called Unknown Number. Oh my god. Let me know if you've watched it, but if you want to like talk about it, you know, like, and to where you would give spoilers, just do spaces so you don't spoil it for anyone. But that one was freaking crazy. It's like one of those things, unless you've met someone that's psycho, you wouldn't believe that it was possible. Unfortunately, I have met people that's psycho, so it's not that hard to believe, but it's just crazy when you find out who the person is that's been sending the text to the girl and her high school boyfriend. It blew my freaking mind. But another one that was really good was called The Murdoch Files. That's basically like a really small town where like all these people are corrupt, the Murdochs. And I lived in a town like that. So that wasn't hard to believe either. But that one was really good. Like the more that kept happening, like the more things from their past was being unraveled. It was freaking mind-blowing. There's some really good documentaries on Netflix. I've already watched like so many of them, and I did it in like 2 days because I have issues. I literally stayed up until almost 7 o'clock in the morning watching the Murdoch Files. It was so good. But what do you guys think of this crease? It is different. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. But I'm going to be honest, I actually really love this. Okay, so I kind of got lost in what I was doing, and I did the lower lash line. But I did the same exact thing down there as I did up top. But I realized what I was doing and stopped. So I'm just using the E07 to really darken up against the lower lashes with that dark purple shade, and getting some depth. And you guys know that makes me very happy. But I'm happy because I told you guys we've been decluttering our house, and because our niece moved in with us, and she has a baby on the way, and she's young. I'm not gonna put her business out there online, but she's very young and we are helping her. And I just posted a bunch of stuff on Marketplace, and sold it. So now we get to buy a bunch of stuff for the baby's room, and I'm so excited. Honestly, I'm so thrilled. I don't have kids, so I do get to live vicariously through her and spoil the baby, which is going to be fun, you know? But that's why I got sidetracked, because I had people messaging me. But we're turning our, I was going to turn my dining room, because we don't ever use our table. I wish we were those people, but I can't get Amanda to sit at that table for nothing in this world. Like, we've literally used it twice, and we paid like almost $3,000 for our dining room suite. So, my plan was to turn that into an office because of the way it's made. Our house is really old too, and they really kept that antique look to it with the lighting and the built-in shelves and stuff. It's really pretty. But I was gonna turn it into an office, but then this happened and she moved in with us, so now we're gonna turn it into a nursery. So I'd already planned on getting rid of the table. Now she's just kind of, it's forcing me to do it, but I'm excited. Okay, so I use the Shine On glitter glue from CLIONADH. It's my favorite. I freaking love it so much. Gourmande Girls does have one as well, and I like that one too, but I am excited. So the goal was to do this shade, which I do think could be kind of cool, add a little bronziness to the look, but then also this shade. So this is the shade Unhinged, and then we have Alive. So let's go ahead and do it. Now we're gonna do, what is this, Unhinged. It's just so sparkly and beautiful. That is so fun. And then we're gonna dip into Alive, which is the green shade. And I think that's gonna go really well, especially like here. And then I think I'll just use my finger to kind of help like blend it out there, because I think I might keep that yellow. I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll use some of my highlighter actually. That might be good. And I kind of am just like overlapping the two a little bit and going back and forth in between those shades, but I like that like hint of bronze that added. That's so pretty, and this shade is really pretty too. I think I'm gonna do the same thing on the lower lash line. Use this little tiny like smudging brush from CLIONADH. I'm gonna do a little bit of that dark shade Unhinged first, right here in the center. Then I'll use Alive. Now I'm just adding a little more of that yellow there, what was left on the brush. But I love this. I love this so much, even just like this. But I do want to add some of that highlight in the inner corner. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, that was such a good choice. Oh, I love it so much. And this is the Eye Before Lashes and Liner, but I love her. Do I want to add black? Maybe I do. Let's just do a little. Why not? Let's add a little bit. Where are you? Here it is, the E42. Let's go into Fly Away. It's such a good shade. Just add a little right here. See, it just always smokes it up, just a hint, which I love. Now, we'll use the E07 to add a little down here as well. But now I'm going to go ahead and finish this look, but I'm excited. I think this one is so pretty, maybe even better than the last one in my opinion, but I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back with the finished look and I love it. So I wanted to try out another one of the lipsticks. So I tried the shade Trichrome and I love the shade, but it really doesn't go with the eye look very well. I will say I like this formula a lot. It is very thin and lightweight, but It's almost like a satin type of formula. It feels very nice on the lips. So far, so good on that. I'm really excited to have these in my collection. I have all 3 of the liquid lips, and so far I'm loving them. The glosses are awesome as well. So I do want to try the shade in Nevermore, which is another one of those dark glosses. I don't know if it will go with this look either, but the only other glosses I have are these. And I thought about this one, but it has that purple shift in it. So first let's try Nevermore over top of this. I love a dark gloss. Ooh, see, I almost colored outside the lines. That's why you don't talk. This gloss is kind of turning this lip shade the correct color. I was getting ready to say though, this would probably be even better like on a darker lip. And here we are. So it kind of turned it into a like plum type of situation. I was going to try this, but I think I'm going to leave it alone because I actually like the way this looks. But you guys are going to have to let me know what you think of this one. I love it. Personally, I think I might even like it more than yesterday's look, but I do love them both a whole lot. So as for liner and stuff, I did the same lashes I did yesterday, which I'll have a link down below, and the Bad Gal Bang mascara again. And for liner, I used the shade Exit, and the Exit is from ColourPop, and the yellow from Glisten Cosmetics. And that looks so good in the waterline with that inner corner. It's so cute. I love it so much. This whole look just came together so nicely. And honestly, I'm so excited to create the third look. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but hopefully we can come up with something fun. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but let's go ahead and move on to look number 3. I am back for the final look, and I'm loving the cheeks in this one as well. So for that, I used It's Giving Barbie from Give Me Glow. She is bright. She is fun. If you can tell, we're going with pink and purple today. So for highlight, I used Dexter from Lethal Cosmetics and Drop from Dive Rune Cosmetics, and I love them. They're a match made in heaven. The whole combo is. But for lips, I did the shade Dusty Rose from ABH, and I topped it with Chaos from the Trapped collection. And it's a beautiful combo. I'm not used to seeing myself in something this purple though, so it is an adjustment, but I will say it is very, very beautiful on the lips. Goes so cute with the little earrings. But now we're gonna play with the palette, and I think I want to start out with these 2 shades in the crease. Might help if I show you, like the pink and the more cool tone purple. So that is where we're gonna start. And I kind of got to hurry because we're supposed to leave in like 30 minutes. So got to make this happen quickly. So let's start with an E06. And I'm going to focus this mostly here. I hear Amanda's music. Hopefully she doesn't get me demonetized. But she is pigmented. I love this shade from the first look that I did. And I'm just packing it in the crease. This look, like I said, is going to be pretty easy. At least I think it will be. We have a big day. We have a doctor's appointment, and then going to the grocery store today. And I'm kind of excited to get out of the house, even though grocery shopping is never my favorite. I'm still excited to get out of the house. So I'm going to use my E03 to blend this out. As you can see, even though this is a dark shade, it does blend out really, really nicely. I think I'm going to take another E06 and also go into this shade, the Lilac, and kind of pack that here in the inner part as well. I might have to like go over it with a white to lighten it just a little bit. I just cleaned off the extra off the brush so I can kind of blend that out there. And while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and take the same shades on the lower lash line with the E04. Okay, so this is the base so far. Now I'm gonna go in with that pink shade, Deadly. It's the only shade, the only matte shade in the palette that I haven't used yet. So we're gonna go in with the E06 again, and I'm gonna just pack this on top. And these two colors together, I feel like are gonna be really fun. Yeah, and I was not wrong. Not at all. But I'm just going to keep building this up. Oh, I just love this combo. I've never done anything like this. It kind of reminds me of when I do like wine with gray. I just love the look of that. It's so fun. I love it so much. So let's use an E25. That way I can really pack that on out here. This brush is from Sigma though. Forgot to say that. I'm like half awake right now. I got up like really early this morning because I've been, I told you guys, I've been selling some stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and someone was coming to pick some stuff up, and they came really early, and I got stuck watching another documentary last night, and I'm like half awake now. So this is the energy you're getting. But I went out to the garage to get the thing that this guy was coming to pick up, and I heard a beeping sound. I was trying to figure out what was beeping, and then I noticed, because we have a refrigerator in our garage as well, a refrigerator and freezer, and one of the kids left the freezer door open. So thankfully we're going to the grocery store because all the food that was in it is now ruined. But thankfully there wasn't a whole lot in it, because y'all know groceries are not cheap right now. But I'm taking Deadly and running that along the lower lash line. It's such a fun combo. But that was enough to wake me up, because there was 2 bags of ice in it. 2 bags of like big bags of ice. And it all melted and was all over the garage floor. I wanted to cry. Question is, like, I could deepen up. Should I do this shade, or should I just do the black? The black could be fun, but this I feel like could add another layer to it. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Let's do the shimmers first, and then we'll make up our mind. So I'm gonna use the CLIONADH Shine On and just put this all over the lid, and then I'm going to show you the shimmers that I'm using. I am excited. I'm using my favorite shimmer and the only other shimmer in the palette I have not used. And I think they're going to be really pretty together. So the first shade I want to do is the shade Venus, which is the hollow. And you know, I'm such a sucker for a hollow, but I love this shade. I went so far in depth over this shade in look number 1, and for good reason. I mean, look at her. She really just ties that highlight and everything together in such a good way. And I love it. Oh, I knew these would be good together. And I'm taking it over a little far, because I want to layer that other shade like over it some as well. But the only shade I haven't used is the shade Bitten. So that's next. And she is frosty. This would be a really good highlight shade as well. Oh, the shade's pretty too. It's like pink, but it has like these really gorgeous blue, like micro glitter reflex in it that's really stunning. Okay, so I'm going to use this little brush from CLIONADH. And first I'm going to go into Venus. Oops, I accidentally picked up way too much. I'm going to just place this here in the center. Kind of like a spotlight situation. Just adds a little bit of shine. And then I'll go in with a little bit of Bitten. And do some of that there as well. That is really cute. And then I'll use a little pencil brush to add some of that for inner corner. And it adds just the perfect amount of iciness, I feel like, to that inner corner. Now I think I'm going to finish this up by using a little bit of that shade Savage, which is that really dark purple. I don't know if this is going to be a mistake, but I'm going to try it. I'm just using the E42 from Sigma to put some of this out here in the outer corner. I like that. I think that's cute. I love it. But I'm going to go finish this look real quick off camera, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look and share my thoughts on this collection. I am back with the finished look, and I love the way this turned out. I think it's so pretty. It's giving monochromatic, but in a good way, in a way that I can be happy with, and I love so much. So I have to hurry because I am running late, but who's surprised? Not me. For mascara, I used the Max Stack mascara. For lashes, I used the Bright Lashes in Adorn, and I love them so much. But I also used two liners, one from Too Faced in the shade Killer Pink, and on the outside I used just the pink from Spectrum, well, the Spectrum line from Glisten Cosmetics. And like I said, I love the way this turned out. The lip gloss is wearing really well. This is a really nice everyday effortless kind of formula, and I really do enjoy it a lot. But now let me give you my thoughts on the collection. So far I am having so much fun with it. As for the palette, I have used every shade in it, and it all performs so wonderfully, and I had no issues with blending, fading, or anything like that. The shimmers are so beautiful. Even the dark shades of the mattes blend out easily, which is something I always find with the Gourmande Girl matte formula. It's just truly just so effortless, and this color story is divine, and I am so happy to have it in my hands. I think she did such a wonderful job on this, and I'm so happy for her. This is truly beautiful. And the highlighter, it's put away right now, but I am excited to have that one. I cannot wait to get the other one in my hands as well. I think those are really beautiful. I love that one a lot. I didn't use it in all three looks because it didn't really go with all three looks, at least not in the way that I wanted it to. So that's why I decided to use, you know, like Mermaid Magic some, and you know, dip into some of my collection as well. And I love the way they all turned out. And as for these lip formulas, I did not wear them all in this video, of course, but I will say I really like these formulas. I really enjoy the gloss formula. Like I said, it's not too thick, but it's also not too thin. It stays on the lips for a really good amount of time. Same with the lipstick formula. It's very easy to wear, almost like a satin, I would say. Very comfortable, does not like dry down or wear off weird. You know how some of them give you that like really odd ring around the inside of your mouth? Does not do that. Like, it's a really nice formula. Fades really nicely when it does fade, and I'm enjoying it. I am so happy. to have all of these in my collection, and I can't wait to continue using them. Honestly, I think she did such a great job, and I can't wait to see what else is coming. You know, but I'm excited. I can't wait for you guys to see the looks that I created with this collection. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it. You're gonna have to let me know, like, whether or not you picked it up. I'm noticing this lash was looking a little droopy. My eyes were a little but yeah, let me know whether or not you picked this up. Are you just as excited about it as I am? I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. Also, let me know which look was your favorite. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. And until next time, bye.